So PPC fishing, that's a term that I use for the key phrase discovery. Once I've found some seeds, I want to use those seeds to try to find even better phrases and really find out what works. So the benefits of fishing, I can actually see what brings in conversions. I can see how users interact with the brand and the site that I'm working on. The PPC quality score algorithm is also the same as what's used in SEO. So if I can do something really quickly in PPC and I can check and see what's going on, then I'm going to really give myself a leg up when it comes down to the SEO side of it. I'm going to use the discovered phrases on the landing pages, which will improve the quality. So that will make my PPC cheaper. It will make it easier and better for conversion, but it also gives me that extra edge on the SEO side of things as well. We're also going to be testing ad copy so we can understand about your target audience. Another big bugbear that I have with keyword tools, a keyword tool is going to spit out a number of phrases. It's going to give you data about how much they are, how popular they are, and maybe you can get a bit more insight. But one thing that it can't do is it can't really match it properly to a persona. It can't then match it to your brand, and it's impossible for you to know, looking at that list, which one of those key phrases is best. So do you choose the key phrase that's got the most competition, that costs the most in AdWords, or the one that's got the most searches? That everybody has their own take on it. I often find that information, because it's taken from a sort of generic pool from historical data, I don't really see how those terms can be accurate enough and can tell me what is going to convert on my site. So with AdWords, I absolutely get that. You're also going to get cheap and instant results. So this is a slide that just shows how I populate up the ads. So when we get through the ad process, one thing that I quite often do is I just take the seed word. As we can see in this instance, we've got knitting wool. This client, by the way, I've used previously on stuff, and they've given me the approval to use some data. So here for the headline, if the key term is knitting wool, that is all I want in there. Yes, there are maybe another 15 or so characters that I could fill in on there, but doing it this way, if you get a good headline too in there, as you can see on the ad on the right hand side, you get a really nice strong message on that one line. So sometimes it pays dividends to just keep it short, sweet and precise. So this is once the account had been running for a little while. One of the issues that you do get with Google is we've got two rows here of information within AdWords, and AdWords is a minefield. It is very complicated. You can look at it and be a little bit rabbit in headlights because you've got so many features, so many options, so much data. What do you do with it? How do you understand it? So what I'm going to go through on this course is very quickly how to set something up and get straight to that point where you're going to test the keywords. Because by default, Google is not giving you these areas that I've signaled in red, when actually these are the things that you really want to be aiming for. So as you can see in this instance, we've got a 2-word generic term. We've got a pretty high click-through rate of above 5% for a 2-word generic term. The first page bid is 15 pence. Estimated top, in other words, position 1 to 4 is 43 pence. And the first position is £2.03. Now, if you use a keyword tool, the keyword tool is going to give you the estimated bid price based on an average setup for an average campaign with an average keyword, an average ad. Everything is based on averages. So if you're setting up following the techniques that I'm going to show you, once you start hitting these 10 out of 10 quality scores on a regular basis, you'll find that your cost per click is actually going to be significantly lower than what Google is trying to tell you. We can also see down the bottom, we've got above average on our ad relevance, landing page expectancy, and our expected click-through rate. So this is it in situ. So this is how we're going to set up with the phishing, with the plus in front. That is broad modified. So I'll explain briefly the differences between the match types and why you would use them. And again, that can be simple for people who are novices, but also there's some little tips in there as well for how I mix and match things up. If you've got multiple words here, you tick the box at the side. Search terms here will light up, and you can then just look for the search terms that have come from this keyword. If you want to see everything, you can just click it up at the top up here. So in this instance, the keyword, again, a big mistake people make. If you set this at broad match or broad modified, you're not actually going to get knitting wool. What you're going to get is the search term, which looks like this. So these are the search terms that Google matched my keyword rule for, and this is what people actually typed in. So what we can now see on the click-through rate is we've got some really high click-through rates. We've got some nice generic terms. So from that setup, do we think this is pretty good? So we've discovered maybe knitting wool sale, and on the previous screen we could see that we'd got the conversions. So we've got 9 conversions. So at this stage, from the 9 conversions, these are the most popular keywords or search terms.